All right, we are digging into part 4 of the Gun Show Loophole Tour packages. This is a combined effort to raise some funds to go back and re-explore some of our adventures on the Gun Show Loophole Tour. I've been doing this for, I guess, an hour. 20 minutes so far per package. We'll pull out the next one here. This will be package number 4. And this is a smaller one. Maybe it'll go a little bit quicker. Basically went through a bunch of business cards first and divvied them out into 2 piles. And then I grabbed some stickers and divvied those out. And it turned into like 3 or 4 piles. And then some brochures. And then it turned into 5 piles somehow. We're on pile number 4. We're going to call it the Gun Show Loophole Tour package number 4. And we're going to go through it in this video. And that's sort of the point. One, to explain what you might be buying if you're interested in purchasing this stuff. And this is a purchase to support our projects. It's hardly the value of this stuff. It's mostly giveaways. But if you'd like to help financially support what we do, it's an opportunity to explain what is in that package. But it's also an opportunity to go back and talk about these things and have some fun, hopefully, exploring some of the things and places that we've explored on the Gun Show Loophole Tour. Now, we didn't do this live. I probably could have done this live, and that would have been a whole different experience, but maybe we'll do that in the future. But for this one, we're looking at the second pile of business cards. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did in the last one, and take those business cards, if I can, and make a little business card taco, and we'll set that aside for the end. Because as everyone knows, it's etiquette, proper etiquette, to eat your tacos at the end of the meal. All right, so we're going to dig in, and we'll explain again that this is stuff that has accumulated in our pile over here, stuff that we bring home from the Gun Show Loophole Tour, either things that we find or grab or steal, and stuff that we buy, and stuff that we send out to Patreons, and stuff that we would send out like on a Free Patch Friday. It's free stuff, but still, we've got some left over. And we'll dig into it, and we're going to talk about it. So the first thing is these patches from Haas USMC, friend of ours, who went with us on the 2012 tour. And these are some patches that I had set in like literally within arm's reach. So we added those to the pile since Haas has been on the Gun Show Loophole Tour with us. Next up is a decal that Owl and Anchor made for us in 2018. A decal that we could leave with the stores that we visited. I've got the hiccup, so that's making it real fun to do this. As well, Alan Anchor made up these 2017, 2018, and 2019 Gun Show Loophole Tour stickers. And I'll try to pause and get rid of these hiccups. I went over there and drank some coffee between videos. I probably should not have done that because now I'm got the hiccups. All right, next up is a postcard from the Browning Museum, and this is the Browning and Brothers factory. So Browning was the son of Jonathan Browning, who was a gunsmith and metal worker. So Browning and his brothers knew about metalworking, and they originally built a gun and went on their Mormon mission and came back and started to build guns for a living. And he builds guns for a while, and then he makes like the 1911. He builds guns for a while. He makes the machine guns, and he builds guns for a while, and he makes different achievements, and they get larger. So they had multiple factories, and I believe this was the second factory. It says the staff of the largest arms factory between Omaha and the Pacific, the Browning Brothers Factory, Ogden, Utah Territory. About 1882, with 128 patents, John Browning is known as America's gunmaker. Winchester, Colt, Remington, and Savage produced guns based on his patents. The factory and store pictured above opened in 1880. Left to right, Sam Browning, George Browning, John M. Browning, Matthew, Ed, and Frank Rushton. So this is a factory that was from 1880, and I think when they got to inventing the 1911, is when they went to the factory that's more like, looks like a hotel now. It is a hotel now. It's a multi-story factory. Anyway, really cool postcard. I think they were 50 cents. I bought a bunch of them. That's why there's some left over, and you're going to get one. So that's a postcard that I think I picked up when I was there with Bob. No, I was there with Dead Horse and we picked these up. So next is AZ Firearms. A really cool gun shop and a really cool bunch of people here in Arizona, just outside of Phoenix. When we're on the tour, whenever we can, we purchase things at the stores that we visit, even if we're good friends with the people, because our goal is to leave money behind, not just to visit these shops and then talk about them years later in a video like this, but to leave money behind is amazing. And we talked about it in another video, but I want people who have participated in the tours in the past and are purchasing this stuff to help us pay off bills from past tours so that we can be ambitious and do more tours. When we go into a shop and we're not trying to sell them anything, I don't, all I want to do is leave money there. And I'm not trying to buy the cheapest thing that they spent money on. I'm trying to buy the thing that they gambled on. I'm trying to buy their marketing. So I'm buying the stuff that was a loss for them. And to see the look on their faces once they understand that I'm simply there, that we are simply there to promote their shop, to share their shop online, and to chat them up for whatever good stuff is they're doing and what they offer, it's amazing. And I want you to be part of that. And that's one of the reasons we do the videos like this. We're not just going to these shops like and write on a line someplace that have been to 200 gun shops. It's so that we can then take that insight and offer it to the conversation so that we can then all grow from it, right? So next up is Wind River, a really cool outfitter. Probably not so much a gun shop because they only have a couple of guns compared to what they have in the rest of the shop. But a really cool shop in a really cool town that is a cool town. Next they have a sticker that they sold. Looks like a periodic table. It says tougher than shittium. Got BMC's sticker. I thought there was going to be two, so I guess we just got one in this package. They never let me buy theirs. They always give them to me. Then we've got the Illinois State Rifle Association. Grabbed these from the Gun Rights Policy Conference in 2018 when it was in Chicago. Capitol Armory. This would have been from going to the Gun Rights Policy Conference in 2017. And we went through Dallas and then down through Austin on the way back to Tucson. Then we've got the Buffalo Bill Museum in Cody, Wyoming, which is probably third of the best gun museums in Cody. Go to the Dugout Gun Museum. I just don't have a sticker from that one. Then we have the Gun Store, a cool gun shop in Vegas that's been around for a long time, has a great sticker, great staff, good Instagram account. I don't think I mentioned that one yet because I've talked about Gun Store like a million times in each of these videos. Then we get AZ Guns, another AZ shop here in Arizona. I'll have to do a whole nother series of videos where I visit all the stores that actually spell out Arizona. But actually the ones that just say AZ are some of the better ones. I've never said what these are. I sometimes allude to them. Sometimes I just move on. This is a shop called the ATF Convenience Store. And that is what it says on their FFL, ATF Convenience Store. We got the Duelists and the center picture, or the center sticker from Gallitzins. Really cool gun shop that's been around for a long time. A cool shop since 1916, so it's a cool gun shop that has definitely been around for a long time. In a town that's like a minute and a half south of where Browning is doing his thing. But not only that, but they're kicking it. Like, that is a really cool gun shop today. And not just the shop, but the way that they're running it, both inside and out. The shop itself, the paint job, their social media presence. It's a cool shop. Southwest Colorado and Trinidad are a couple of things from Colorado. When Bob and I were traveling up in that area, we would meet up there. We've got these maps that were somehow discovered in Indiana and obtained. Then we've got the floor plan from the SHOT Show, the last SHOT Show at the tiny little convention center that it used to be in. Next year it'll have another convention center, at least the same size, if not bigger, stuck to the side of it. We got a brochure, or booklet magazine from Whittington Center that we picked up this year on the way back from shooting at, well, I guess we didn't shoot, but going to see the museum at Dragon Man's. And then we've got the schedule from this year's Phoenix 34th Annual Gun Rights Policy Conference. And I'm going to take all this stuff and put it into the bubble envelope, all this stuff being shipped out in bubble wrapped or I guess bubble envelopes. What am I trying to say? Fixed rate and insured and tracked. So although it doesn't have a high monetary value, there's a couple of things in there that are neat to see accumulated together. Even though it's not a high value, we'll have it tracked, so you don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to worry about waiting for really slow media mail or anything. But as I mentioned, this one has a taco of business cards that we'll dig into, and I'm suspecting it's going to be very similar to the last one, so we'll probably be able to dig through this one pretty quick. But again, these are business cards. Whenever I go to a gun shop, I try to grab a couple of business cards so that I can give them away to our Patreons, the people that make it possible for us to be doing our thing, period. And then getting out on the road on top of that. But then, so we can send stuff out to them as a way of saying thanks and participate in the whole project. But also, I keep a copy so I can just keep a track of all the different gun shops we visited. But then for stuff like this, so we can go back and visit. And what better way to do it than with a business card, which we're all familiar with. It's nice and easy, it's portable, it doesn't expire. And it's neat because some of these, they change their business cards. Like Alan Anker's got a couple of different business cards in here because I've been grabbing her business cards since a couple of different designs. So it's just kind of a neat thing. I've been collecting business cards since I was a little kid. I collect patches too, so maybe somebody out there is interested in the business cards as a collection. So we'll whip through them. We got AZ Firearms. We've got the ATF Convenience Store, which is also MOA targets, steel targets. Wing Firearms, which is a shop in Albuquerque. We visited that one with Bob years ago, and then I just visited it again when I went up to their 2A rally in Santa Fe. Came back through town and visited a couple of the shops that I visited with Bob years ago. And this is a pawn shop, and it's about the same as it was. It looks like it's definitely not losing any business. It hasn't grown real big, but it's definitely still in business and still thriving. They got a bunch of stuff there. We got the business card from Capital Armory outside of Austin. And I never mentioned it, but they've got this is like having 5 business cards. This is a really thick business card. It's made out of like cardboard or something. And I don't want to flip it over so it's got all his contact info on it, but pretty snazzy business card. Next is NRA Whittington Center. I must have picked those up this time because I think I kept forgetting to pick up business cards from there in the past. Something called the U.S. Shooting Academy in Tulsa. I guess this is the place where we had the little incident. Next we have the Guns and Guitars business card. And I mentioned this in the last video, but I don't think I mentioned that this business card pops apart and it's 4 guitar picks. And it's made out of like plastic. So I'm guessing those are usable guitar picks. They're probably not perfect, but it's kind of neat. It's a shop that's 50% guitars and 50% guns. It's right on the border of Utah and Nevada, on the way from Nevada going into Las Vegas. 13 minutes. I don't know if we'll beat the clock on this one. We got a stack here. We got AZ Guns and one of their respectful reminders that if you're going to kick us out of your restaurant because you're afraid of guns, you just keep in mind who you're kicking out. We got one of our gun websites cards in this one. We got an Every Second Matters card in this one. We've got a card from the Dragon Man Military Museum. We've got one from Gallitzon's, that shop with the stickers that we talked about earlier. We got the Gun Streamer business card. Very few of those out there. BMC, the shop in Albuquerque. We got T. Miller's, a shop in Tombstone, Arizona. It's not really a gun shop. They sell prop guns, but it's not a gun shop. It's in Tombstone, Arizona, so it's a hotel and restaurant, but mercantile. So it sells a bunch of books and clothing and jewelry and stuff, like non-perishable stuff. And then some candy and food, so I guess they have some perishable stuff too. We got the Fox Valley Shooting Range in Illinois. Really cool indoor range and store. It's like a mini country club. It's like a country club for a city, if that's such a thing. Then we got the H&H Shooting Sports, a really big gun shop in Oklahoma City that I'm a big fan of. We've got one of our cards from 2015 that's Internet Press, or 2A Media, well, I guess New Media Press Pass. One of the Alan Anker cards I alluded to before. This is their multicam version. Something called Full Auto Classics. I don't remember where I picked that up. I might have picked this up at a gun show in Vegas. Maybe. Next, Global Star Sat Fee. Honestly, I don't know where this came from, but you're getting it. I'm just passing the trash. That's just some sort of ad, I think. Unpaid ad, because I'm not getting paid for it. Next, we got Tactical Medic, good friends of ours up in Phoenix. These are the place to go if you're looking for medical supplies. We bought a bunch of stuff from them this last year at SAR Show, so I grabbed some cards so I could help share their word, because they were so crazy and they sold stuff to us so cheap. Next is Centennial Gun Club, definitely a gun tree club in Denver, and a very nice one. I follow their feed still on Instagram. Another Allen Anchor card. You can always give one of those to somebody. I guess a second H&H for some reason. The Hub, which is a really neat shop here in Arizona, and it's a group of shops, I think, still. This is from the one in Tucson, which is their newest location. It's only a couple of years old. Next is 2019, but also the 2020 schedule from the Crossroads of the West Gun Show promoters. And these are just, well, now they're like a plastic, but this is just a neat little way to have all of the Arizona gun shows in your pocket. Leave it in the car or something. Brownells offers this little target for shooting diagnostics. Some info about them on the back, and then actual just a shooting diagnostic thing. It's a little wider than a business card, but it works. Next is the business card for Dragon Man's gun shop and shooting range. Pretty cool. Hans, World of Military Surplus, one of the best, if not one of the best military surplus shops in the country. And I've been to a lot of them. Next is King's Pawn, cool shop in Oklahoma City, or outside of Oklahoma City. Just a small little shop, but it's cool. Then we got AZ Firearms, has this cool little business card thing. It gets you to flip it over. Another respectful, you're not going to let us in, you're not getting our money card that you can leave behind at a restaurant or something. A business card from a guy that sells a lock for ammo cans. It's a thing that we picked up for our Gun Show Loophole Tour sponsors a couple of years back when we were doing that project. We got Marengo Guns, really cool gun shop in Illinois. What's neat about it is you can go in and check out all the pistols and stuff without having to ask. In Illinois, I think it must be like a unspoken tradition to not be able to touch a handgun unless you go up and do some kind of fancy dance, probably because of their FOID. This shop treats you like an adult and lets you touch a gun if you wanted to. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then we got an Allen Anchor in a dark multicam, the midnight multicam or whatever it's called. Did we already have a card from the Whittington Center? Because now we got two. One from the OK Cafe, which is a place to eat in Tombstone, Arizona, and a gun shop in Tombstone called Pancho Vegas. A card that that Allen Anchor had printed up for us from 2018 for the Gun Show Loophole Tour. This is what we would leave behind to say thanks for letting us take up some of your time. A crazy shape, crazy format, but a cool gun shop. Hits and Misses, a little shop in West Phoenix. A couple interesting business cards. This one is a place called Shootin' Ace's Target Cards, and it's just little targets the size of playing cards. And this was literally a playing card deck that they made the back their business card. So every time you get a business card, you get a different playing card up front. So from our last video, it looks like we can jam all these into this little business card holder from True Spec, and this was a giveaway at SHOT Show. I think I grabbed both of these actually, but I'm giving them away to people who grab stuff at the Gear website store, well, at least with this package, and it's so tight, oh, the Velcro doesn't even work. So if you just look at this funny, the Velcro pops it open. So this is a big stack of, a big taco of business cards. This will be up as package number 4 at the Gear website store. We're offering these as fundraising packages to help pay off some of the bills that we've racked up with the Gun Show Loophole Tour. But without focusing on that too much, it's also another 20 minutes, close. It's 20 minutes worth of opportunity to talk about these shops and these locations and the adventures. So be part of it. Let us know in the comments what you think. If you have questions or comments along the way, the comments here over on gunstreamer.com or on guntube.org, wherever you happen to see this video. Show up for the Daily Gun Show and let us know in the comments there. Be part of these conversations. If you're creating content, take any of these topics and run with them during your shows. It's all about sharing our Second Amendment. In the next video, we're going to be taking a look at the granddaddy of all of them, a little bit of all of the stuff we've already looked at, plus more. So we'll definitely take probably another 20 minutes. Let us know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching.